Hey guys, it's the Crypto Oracle here, and in this technical analysis video, we're going to quickly go over channels. Now, channels very accurately represent trends in a coin. Rather, that trend is horizontal, it's vertical, or it's declining. So most often, you're going to see channels either moving slightly upwards or slightly downwards, but you can also see them horizontally. They all mean different things. So first I'll show you just kind of a quick graphic right here. This is just straight off of Investopedia. Anybody can see this. You can see that an ascending channel looks like this, a horizontal channel looks like that, and a descending channel looks like that. Now what establishes a channel are these higher highs and higher lows, as well as lower highs and lower lows. Now what does that mean to somebody who's just starting technical analysis? So you can see here, this is just the Bitcoin price from a few days back. I'm just going to start off by diving right in and creating a channel. So this area right here to me looks like a descending channel. So let's throw some lines on here and just start creating some visuals, that which usually helps people learn. So you can see from there, those are the tops of the channels, and we never saw it break out of that line. Now it's very important when talking about channels, because if it breaks out of that line, that's an escape from the current channel, and there we have that one, or the bottoms. So basically, what is a channel actually telling you though? A channel is telling you that as long as it stays within these lines, this top line, and it doesn't escape from this bottom line, it's going to keep trending in that direction. So it's going to keep descending until we see it break out either upwards or downwards. And that's what we saw right here at the end of this trend when it started to move upwards. So we saw it descend for about 2 days, and then we saw it break out and ascend. But we saw it break out, and we could tell it was going to break out because it started going above this line. So if you take this line and extend it, then you can say, oh, so it went above that. It's going to start trending upwards now, because that's an actual reversal, at least in this time frame. Now, if you're looking at this in terms of days or something, and you see that overall it's still the larger channel is still descending, then overall it's going to keep descending on that time frame. But I'm talking about on this 1 hour time frame. This may be a sub channel or a sub trend in a larger trend, and a larger upwards trend, a larger downwards trend, or even a larger horizontal trend, which I think it actually was right now in this time period. It was looking like a horizontal trend. But yeah, we saw it break out there, and that created an ascending trend. So we can go back to even back here, just a couple days back, and you can see that there's an ascending trend right here that was established right about there, and you can end right there, and then we saw it begin back here right at this nice little dip, mark at the whisker of that candlestick, and you see it go right there. It right there just for the sake of it, and we can get rid of these lines, move, and you saw the channel right here. We saw it, the highs becoming higher and the lows becoming higher as well. The higher highs, the higher lows, just as what you saw here in the ascending little infographic, where you see the pattern includes higher highs and higher lows. Now, another thing we're going to want to talk about is confirmations. A confirmation is basically how many cycles of that wave did we see within that trend or within that channel. Now you can see here that, okay, 1, it bumped it. You could even beg and say it bumped it here again, so that's 2, 3, 4. So it hit 4 confirmations before breaking out of the trend. The more confirmations there are, the more likely the trend is to continue. So if you look at the trend, if you see that there's an ascending trend and maybe there's been 1-2 cycles, it's not going to be as reliable as a trend that you see that has happened with maybe 6 confirmations. Now, how often are you going to see a trend with 2 confirmations versus 6 confirmations? I'd honestly just throw it right there in the middle. It depends on the coin as well. It depends on the amount of volume. With a coin that does well with technical analysis, and by does well, I mean it really reflects overall technical analysis. Bitcoin is going to show you those like 4 to 6 confirmation ranges quite often. While maybe a coin that's lower in volume, maybe a coin that just isn't as big yet, technical analysis just isn't going to be as useful unless you're looking at on a larger scale. And that's just because it's more changed by larger sell orders that are put in, and the market doesn't really act as naturally as it does with Bitcoin that has such a large trading volume versus smaller trading volume coins. So that was trends. That was channels. Obviously, this isn't going to be 100% accurate, but no TA is going to be 100% accurate. However, this is one of the most accurate indicators out there. Is if a coin is acting in a trend, it will most likely continue to act in that trend until it leaves the trend lines. And we saw that here too. We saw it left the trend line exactly right about here whenever it broke underneath here. And maybe if you're holding the coin, maybe if you bought it down here because you saw it start to trend, and you're holding it, you're holding it, you're holding it, and then you see it bounce below that trend line, that's when you're going to want to sell, because then we saw a reversal. Okay. Now same with the descending. When you're going to want to buy, you're going to want to buy as soon as it breaks out lower than that trend line, but you're also going to want to keep an eye out for the larger trends and how those reflect upon the movement of the coin. So thank you guys for watching. This has been a quick introduction to channels, trends, and confirmations of trends. So check out the other videos for more technical analysis tutorials.